Okay, imagine this for a second. You've owned your business for decades. I mean, you've poured your entire life into it, right? Fixed every leaky pipe, handled every crazy customer, navigated every single crisis. This business isn't just a job, it's your legacy. So, what happens when it's finally time to sell? Let's get into it.
And then, almost overnight, your phone starts ringing off the hook. It's relentless, totally impersonal, and they're all singing the same song, Quick Cash. It sounds so easy, doesn't it? Like a simple way out. But deep down, you don't really trust them. And you're probably right not to. Now look, taking the cash and just running for the hills seems like the easy move. But here's the thing. There's a twist. The smartest, most seasoned owners, they don't just cash out. No, they graduate. They go from being the landlord to being the bank. And that sets up the big conflict here, doesn't it? You've got the simple, shiny cash offer on one side, and this other, more complex but way more powerful alternative called seller carry on the other. It's a choice that really pits our gut instincts against what's actually in our best interest.
So, to really understand why the smarter choice often feels so much harder, we have to tackle the biggest psychological hurdle every single seller faces: fear. I'm talking about that deep down, gut-wrenching fear of losing everything you've worked so hard to build.
There's actually a name for this. It's called loss aversion. It's this weird quirk in our brains that makes us hate losing something about twice as much as we enjoy winning something of the same value. It's the reason that safe, all-cash offer feels so good, so comforting. It seems like it gets rid of all the risk. But does it really?
Okay, now check this out, because this is where we flip the whole script. That so-called safe cash choice, it comes with guaranteed losses. We're talking a massive tax bill right off the top. And then you're left with a pile of cash you have to worry about in a crazy market. But the so-called risky choice, well, that gives you steady, predictable income backed by an asset you know inside and out. All of a sudden, cash looks pretty risky, and seller carry starts to look pretty darn safe.
So, once we get past the fear, we can tap into something even more powerful: a seller's identity. I mean, these aren't rookies we're talking about. These are veterans. They've survived recessions, pandemics, you name it. The key is to speak directly to that pride.
This one phrase, it changes everything. It's not just a sale anymore, it's a promotion. See, you're not exiting, you're graduating. You're no longer the hands-on manager. You're the financier, the savvy captain of the ship, steering it into its next chapter.
Of course, even the greatest idea in the world can get torpedoed by complexity. Our brains are just wired to trust things that feel simple and easy. It's a little something called cognitive ease. So the next move is to make this really powerful financial strategy feel incredibly simple and totally safe.
And this is how you do it. You build trust by just dropping all the jargon. Forget about amortization schedules and promissory notes. The whole process is this simple. 1, you sell your business. 2, you get a check in the mail every single month. And 3, you never have to deal with another tenant call again. That's it.
And this right here is just brilliant. It's the power of a good analogy. By comparing seller carry to something you already know and trust, like a pension, all that perceived risk just melts away. The second it feels familiar, it feels safe.
Okay, so now we can move beyond the nuts and bolts and get to the real heart of the matter, the emotional core of this whole decision: protecting your life's work. A cash sale can feel so final, like you're just throwing away decades of sweat and tears.
But this approach, it completely reframes that story. It's not an ending at all. It's a continuation. Your business keeps paying you long after you've retired. It's the ultimate reward for all those years of hard work. It's letting your legacy keep providing for your family.
Ah, yes, this is it. This is the big one, the single biggest fear. And you know what? It's a smart question. Any seller worth their salt is going to ask it, and you have to face it head on. Because the answer, well, that's where the seller's real power is hidden.
So here's the wild, counterintuitive truth. A buyer defaulting isn't a disaster. It's basically a second payday. Think about it. You hold the mortgage. If they miss payments, you get to keep their huge down payment, you keep every single monthly payment they've already made, and you get the entire business back. You are literally in a safer position than someone in the stock market.
All right, we have tackled fear, we've appealed to identity, we've made the complex simple, and we've secured the legacy. Now, let's tie it all together with one final, super powerful reframe of what it means to be the seller.
At the end of the day, you have to move beyond logic to make this feel real. You have to connect on an emotional level. People aren't moved by spreadsheets. They're moved by stories about other people just like them. It creates this feeling that, hey, this is what the smart people in my shoes are doing.
I mean, think about Jane and Joe. They ran their business for 20 years, sold it with seller financing, and now they get a check every month with absolutely zero stress. They're sipping coffee on their porch while someone else is worrying about the plumbing. I'm telling you, that little story is more powerful than any financial projection you could ever create.
And this is the ultimate reframe. Seller carry is the royal move. It transforms you from a stressed-out, overworked operator into a respected financier. You sell the business, sure, but you keep the crown, and you still get to collect tribute every single month.
So, it really leaves us with this one last question to think about, doesn't it? In our own big life decisions, how often do we take the path that feels easy instead of the path that's actually the smartest? It's just a great reminder that sometimes the biggest rewards are waiting for us right on the other side of our initial fears, if we're just willing to embrace a better story.